This is Nadya Andreeva from spinachandyoga.com, and this is an interview series for Happy Belly to celebrate the launch of my book, Happy Belly Guide. And today we have a really cool guest, Nitika Chopra, who is a passionate, colorful, and inspirational voice behind YourBellyLife.com, an online lifestyle magazine that was founded in 2009. And Nitika believes that love and happiness are possible in every moment and has dedicated her life to helping others embrace that mindset. Nitika is also a host of a talk show at Very Living, which is called Naturally Beautiful. She hosts lots of events in New York. And in general, Nitika is one of those amazing people who radiates beauty and encourages everyone to heal in a natural way because she went through quite a long healing journey herself, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And in a way, as far as I understand, Nitika, in a way, your journey was connected to a happy belly as well, because one of the things that you were working on is psoriasis, and psoriasis is very much connected to our digestion.
Yes.
So I think our interview today is going to be very insightful for all the women who are listening and working on improving their digestion and all aspects in their body that relate to digestion, whether it's a skin issue or emotional issue or energy level. So I'm really excited to talk to you today.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So tell us, what does a happy belly mean for you?
I would say a happy belly really means having balance. And I know that's like such a buzzword in the health industry, and it kind of means different things for different people. But for me, it really means that I am balanced emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So I'm listening to my intuition and feeding myself things that really support the kind of life that I want and the kind of body that I want. And therefore, to me, it's really that combination.
So I guess when you say about feeding yourself, you mean both the physical food and the thoughts and the people that come into your life.
I absolutely do, yeah. I mean, my whole life I try to reflect as things that are going to nourish me and serve me in a positive way. So whether it's, my relationships that I have with people, or it's even in working on my business or being a host or doing events, I mean, everything that I do, I really try to make it be that I am filled up and it creates a sense of balance and happiness within me. So I really can't do anything, unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not sure, but I can't get anything done unless it like truly makes me happy.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's beautiful. And on the physical aspect, especially looking back at your journey with psoriasis, why do you think it's important to have a happy belly?
Well, I mean, we're all connected, right? So I just feel like the whole thing with the psoriasis is that when I was growing up and having psoriasis, I had it from the tip of my foot to the tip of my head. And no dermatologist ever told me, I mean, still to this day, even after I told them that I've had such a huge difference with what I eat, no dermatologist ever told me that what I put in my body makes a difference on my skin.
It's crazy.
It's mind-blowing. It's very disappointing, very disappointing. So, I really had to do my own kind of research and process of elimination. I listened to a lot of people, but I also made up my own rules and just really took an inventory for myself out of all of the things that I was told. Mm-hmm. And I forgot the question now.
No. I think basically what we're saying why it is important, and
yeah, I mean that's basically why. I just felt like what you put in your body is actually everything that shows on your skin. Whether you have just a couple of pimples that show up every month, or you have psoriasis from head to toe, it's very important, and not just physically what you're putting in your body, but emotionally and spiritually, because the stress factor is like one of the biggest issues. Yeah, and especially with psoriasis, I remember being younger and literally itching when I was more stressed and when I was more aggravated, and emotionally my skin would be more aggravated. Yeah. So what we put inside of ourselves, again, emotionally or physically, it just makes the world of the difference. It's the goal is to really understand that.
Yeah, that's a huge lesson, and it's amazing that you got to learn it all on your own even though it was with the help of others, while
Yeah.
the doctors basically ignored it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're trying to do as people who are into wellness and spiritually into self-development, to encourage people to start their journey, to explore, to find people who actually support them on that journey. So what do you do day to day? Let's get a little bit more specific to keep your belly happy. It can be food, it can be music, people, like habits that you have.
Sure. Well, music-wise, actually, that's a big part of my day. I sang for a really long time. I took voice lessons every week, sorry, for many years. And it's something that I really love, and I don't really talk about it very much because I don't usually sing in public anymore.
What do you usually sing?
But I usually sing musical theater, actually. I was trained in more like musical music. And that's one of the things that I really do. I find it to be kind of a spiritual practice for me to, take some time and just sing and be with the song that I absolutely love. And it really lights me up from the inside out. So that's something that I really, really love. And it keeps my belly and my whole body happy. And I also try to start my morning off with a really great, nutritious protein shake. That's something that, will get my blood sugar kind of balanced right off the start because I can get really low blood sugar. And that's something I never used to do. And it took me a long time, actually, to find the right shake and the right combination of like milk and water and fruits and vegetables and all of that, because I would try a lot of shakes and I would still actually really fast afterwards get low blood sugar. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was putting all of these calories and peanut butter and fatty thing. I was like trying to figure it out and it wasn't working. So now I finally have a great, shake that I take and it makes me feel amazing. So I start pretty much every morning with that.
Do you want to share the formula? Maybe not the brand, but in general, what
sure.
goes
Well,
in
it is a brand actually, so it's hard not to share. It's my doctor's. It's my doctor's shake that I use, and I keep it really simple. I used to add a lot of stuff to it, but I really just add like half almond milk and a mixture of the protein shake because I don't need all the extra stuff, and that's thing that I didn't realize. I was adding all this stuff and I really didn't need it. I don't even think I was processing it well. So I start out with that really simply in the morning. And then I think another way that I, take care of my belly every day is I really try to have heart-centered, gut, belly-centered conversations every day with people that I love. And I'm just a huge believer that community is very, very, very healing. And to be surrounded by people that you love is just an incredible gift that you can give yourself. And it's such an easy thing. Even if you're, on an island somewhere, you don't have your best friends with you, you can call or text or video chat or someone every day and just kind of reach out, give love, and receive love. And that just is incredibly healing for me.
Yeah, and it nourishes you in other ways, so you're less likely to go and search for that in the food.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, sometimes when I'm craving, a gluten-free pizza and I'm just like, I just want a hug right now. I know I don't really even need this pizza. I will call a really close friend and just be like, okay, let's have a conversation. And usually by the time we're done, I don't even remember that that's why I called him or her. And it really helps.
Yeah, that's a great lesson. And I think it's a matter of just committing it and making it a daily practice to nourish on all levels, both emotional and mental. And then the physical becomes a lot easier to manage.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get a little bit into foods.
Sure.
If you were to say like a couple of your favorite healing foods, what are they?
I'm obsessed with avocados.
Okay.
And it's so funny because my friend Sarah Jenks, she would always eat avocados when she lived in New York. And I thought she was so weird because I never ate avocados. And I was like, I don't even know how to cut an avocado. Like, isn't it hard? Like, it just seemed like this weird foreign object. I know that sounds so ridiculous, but it's totally true. And I forget, when I think Chris Carr was making avocado toast in like a post or something, and I was like, well, I love Chris Carr, so anything she can try, I'm gonna try. And I tried it, and I was just like, this is the best thing I have ever eaten in my life. I was like, what? You can make pudding out of it. You can do all this stuff. You can put it in smoothies. You can put it on gluten-free bread. You can do so much stuff. And honestly, now I don't even like to eat it with bread that often because bread is so sugary, even if it is gluten-free.
Yeah.
I just eat it plain and sprinkle a little like sea salt and black pepper on it, and it's so good.
I have an amazing thing that you're going to love.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, what you can do is, what I like to do as a snack, you take those roasted seaweed papers and you put a piece of avocado on it, and then sprinkle with a little bit of lime juice, and you can put some cumin on it, and then some black pepper, and you wrap it, and it's a perfect blood sugar balancing snack. Very good on the belly.
God, you just made my day. That sounds like the most amazing thing. I'm going to surprise my girlfriends when they come over next time and be like, look what Nadya showed me how to do. That's amazing.
It tastes so good.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that. So yeah, so that's like, I don't know. Literally, I feel like I'm dreaming about avocados. I'm thinking about them all the time. So that is something that I am thinking about a lot and I love. And I would say, I don't know if this is considered a food, but I find tea to be very, very, very healing for me because I'm Indian and we drink a lot of tea, and it really, first of all, like physically just grounds me. It really makes me feel centered. It reminds me of my family, my culture. It's an experience for me to drink tea. And I also just feel like it's really fun, and it's like this morning, actually, I am a little tired today because I've just been working a lot, and I felt like I kind of wanted a hug. I was like, I'm so tired, and I just like needed a little bit of comfort. And instead of, ordering a crazy like breakfast sandwich or something that would have cured my exhaustion, I made some decaf hazelnut tea. And I put a little bit of almond milk in it, and I put a little bit of stevia, like half a packet or something. And it was the most delicious thing. And I like milked it for all the morning, and I just felt so taken care of. So I actually feel that tea is very, very healing for me. Plus there's so many herbs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think tea, especially for somebody who has a very sensitive stomach, it can be an amazing healing remedy, whether you drink fennel tea or if you use a little bit of ginger and make like chai mixture. There's also a good mixture. Do you know Samovar Cafe Lounge in California?
No.
So you can order their teas, and it's amazing mixtures. Like you can get licorice, mint, and ginger mixture, which is very warming and very easy on the stomach. So I'm with you. I think tea is incredibly healing.
Tea. I love tea. Yeah, so those are like my two favorite healing things I think that I go to in terms of foods. Anything that's just like really cooling. With psoriasis, I've got a lot of heat and inflammation. So I stay away from things that are very heat. I'm almost like
chili peppers.
Yeah. I always say anything red, just assume I can't eat it because there's like acidic, it's so acidic. So even tomatoes, like the whole group of nightshades, I don't eat those. So anything that's cooling, I try to look at my food as like, is this going to cool me or is this going to aggravate my system?
That explains why you like avocados so much.
My God, so cooling. I
bet you would like young coconuts too.
What'd you say?
I bet you would like young coconuts too.
I love coconut. And I haven't, again, that was another thing that I was like, who eats coconut? Because I never liked the candy bars as a child with coconut. So I just like assumed that I didn't like it, and then I tried it again as an adult, and I was like, this stuff is amazing. I want it on everything. Yeah. I know, it sounds so silly, but I definitely was a picky eater when I was younger, and now I'm like all for it.
No, it's amazing that you discovered the healing foods that help your body balance. So if it was reducing heat, adding more cooling foods, and for somebody it can be the opposite. For example, if they have lots of mucus, it can be increasing heating foods. So it's very personal.
Yeah.
So I know that your belly hasn't been happy always. Mm-hmm. What were some foods or practices? You already mentioned stress and some nightshades and heating things. Was there anything else that you took out and felt better without it?
Yeah, I mean, I think sugar is a huge thing. I mean, like, huge. Like, I just feel like there's a huge pile of sugar in the middle of half of my life because I have such a sweet tooth. And I would, again, like, no doctor would ever tell me that it was a problem. So, and I was never like an obese child, or so it wasn't like I had to cut it down for health reasons that were more acceptable, you could say. So I just ate sugar all the time. I mean, Twix bars were my best friend as a child. I loved them so much, and milkshakes, and I mean all of it. Like I am a reformed food junkie. Never tried any other drugs, but sugar is like one of the drugs that I have had, and it really is like a drug. I feel that it is very addictive. Anytime that I have cut it out completely from my diet, I notice drastic changes, like absolutely drastic changes, not just with my skin, but my weight just completely falls off immediately. My energy is up. And of course I go through a slump in the beginning, and then all of a sudden I feel naturally high. So I would say sugar is like a huge, huge one. Okay. 'Cause that also affects your immune system and the inflammatory response of the body. And when I started taking, and that was another thing, is I started taking things out of my diet, and then when I would cheat and like put them back in, then I started to see the difference in my skin, because I never noticed that the pizza and the milkshakes and the Twix was bothering me because I was eating that stuff all the time. So I was always inflamed. I was always reactive. And what happened was when I took it out and I put it back in, then as soon as I had a candy bar, I would start itching, and I would start to really feel the effects on my body. And that was actually a blessing. So so that's another thing that I took out.
Yeah, it's much easier to stick with something when it's a personal experience, not somebody tells you to do it.
Absolutely.
That's really cool. So if somebody is just in the beginning of their healing journey and they're still struggling and might be upset at their body for putting them in that situation, do you have any words of wisdom or support for people?
Yeah, it's so funny because when you said, people who might be angry at their body for putting them in that situation, I just melted when you said that, because that was my experience for most of my life. I was furious at my body. And it was horrible. And I didn't realize I was furious at my body. So it really took me trying to be with my body to understand that I didn't want to be with my body. So what I would say for people that are struggling with that is, the way I got through that was, first of all, baby steps. Like, this is not just like anything that's worth keeping. It's not a 1-step, 2-second process. It's a lifestyle. And if what you're struggling with is ailing you enough, then hopefully you'll be willing to put in the effort and the time to just stick with it. And the first thing that I did when I realized I hated my body was love it bit by bit. So I would literally see, my arm, and it would be covered in psoriasis, and I would look at it and be like, I hate you. My first response would be like, I hate you so much. I'm so angry at you. Why can't you get your stuff together? This is so annoying. I don't look cute. All these different words like coming to my head. And I would acknowledge that and say afterwards, I literally press my arms and gently massage my body and say, I love you so much. Like, I can only imagine how hard this must be for you. Like, I'm so sorry that you have to go through this. And I'm so, so sad that you have felt so much anger for me for so long. And I know I'm not perfect at it, but I'm going to keep trying to love you through all of this pain. It's literally, and it really helped. I honestly remember a time when I first started doing that I physically saw my body changing almost right before my eyes. And I'm not saying it was like all of a sudden I had no psoriasis. I'm just saying, like, I could see, like, the heat that was radiating off my body just calm down a little bit. I could see the redness calm down. It was little things like that, but I knew it was doing something. I knew it was doing something. So I would say to do that and do some mirror work, just looking in the mirror and talking to yourself. And I know it's really painful sometimes, but acknowledging that it's painful is much more healing than trying to pretend like it's not painful or just being resentful.
Yeah, or completely tuning out of it.
Yes, exactly. So thanks for asking that question. Actually, I've never been asked that, and it's something I'm very passionate about because I've experienced it firsthand. So
yeah, and it seems like you've done a lot of work to change your relationship with the body.
Yeah, and I'm still doing work every day. So yeah, but thank you for saying that.
Well, thank you for sharing it. If people want to find out about your show or find you on the internet or come to one of your amazing events, where can they get all the information?
Sure. Well, you can just go to yourbellalife.com, and on there's like a Nitika Now section. You can find out about what's going on in my show, and there's an event section. You can find out about our events. So that's probably the best place to start, and hopefully you'll click all the links and follow me on social media as well.
Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you, Nitika. And guys, if you want to download a free chapter from Happy Belly Guide, please go to the webpage or download it right below the video. And I'm giving it to you for free before you decide whether you want to buy the book. But it's an amazing tool for anyone who is going through healing their digestion. So thank you for watching, and make sure to watch all other Happy Belly interviews. Bye.
Bye.